Okay, guys, so in the previous video, I show you how to, the setup for the project, right? These commands, these tools, everything. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to start um 3D modeling your project, your cube, right? So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a few layers. So this one, I'm gonna name it, I don't know, something like cube base. And then these are gonna be my just and then I'm gonna do my these are gonna be my wooden dowels. The next one is going to be, let's say, plain material one. So this is gonna depend on how many materials you guys have, so and what materials you guys have. Some of you might have acrylic, some of you might have basswood. It's completely different for everyone. So in my case, I'm just gonna do plain material 2, then maybe another one which is gonna be my plain material 3. Okay. This is very important, guys, because you wanna keep you wanna be working on different layers, okay, to make everything easier for you. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna change the colors. So this is gonna be red. This one I'm gonna make something like green, gray, maybe blue. Let's do something like that. And then the last one I'm gonna make a magenta. Okay, so the first thing that I would do, guys, is I'm gonna start working with my cube base. You know what? I'm just gonna make this black. So cube base, right? So remember your project, your cube, the base is 3 by 3, right? So I'm gonna do a box. Then I'm just gonna start my box right here, and then uh before you finish anything or click on anything, we wanna set the dimensions of the box, right? So again, box, just click anywhere to start the box, and then we can type 3, enter, 3, enter for my length, and then my height 3, enter. So that's gonna create a 3 by 3 box, which is the base of your project, right? So now what I'm gonna do is, just to make sure I'm working with the correct dimensions, I'm just gonna type distance, and then I'm gonna click on this point, then the opposite one, and then we know it's 3 inches. Then we're good. Okay. So now this is like I said, this is the base. So what I'm gonna do is right now to start working or start modeling my cube. I just want the structure or yeah, yeah, kind of the skeleton of this box, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate edge, right? And then it's gonna ask you to select the edges to duplicate. So I'm gonna select everything and then hit enter. And now it's gonna select all the edges, right? So I can go ahead and click on this box and I can delete it. This is what I want. This is my base. Okay. So now I'm gonna of course uh what I will start doing is start with one of the faces. So I'm gonna start with this one, and then we can keep working with the rest of the cube. Just make sure, guys, whenever you guys are doing this this model, this 3D model should be accurate and should be the same as the physical model you guys have. So you guys are gonna have to measure some things and make sure it's a one-to-one model. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this face right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my wooden dowels layer, and then I'm gonna create a rectangle first. So I'm gonna start working on a rectangle with a rectangle. this one right here, rectangle, and then start, just click anywhere to start working on the rectangle. And then remember, the wooden dowels are an eighth of an inch. So that's in decimals is 1.25. Sorry, it's 1 point, I mean 0.125, as you guys can see right there. And then hit enter. And then again, it's gonna ask you for the length. It's 0.125, enter. This is what you guys want, okay? So again, just to make sure it has the right dimensions, we can type distance and then just measure that. It's 0.125, that's an eighth of an inch, so we're good. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and move this guy. So move from this corner right here. And now there we have different ways that we can create a solid or the actual um, the actual I'm sorry, yeah, the actual solid of your of the wooden piece, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and extrude this guy. So extrude curve, yes, and now solid, yes. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and move it up and click right there on that corner. So that's gonna give you um the the wooden dowel piece of your model, right? So now what I can do is I can just copy this guy. So copy to the opposite side, right? Hit enter to finish the command, and then you have this. Now we need the bottom ones, right? The bottom and the top ones. So what you guys can do is we can go ahead and just select one of these and then press Alt, hold it, and then drag it, and that's gonna create a copy. Or what you guys can do is you can just copy it. So copy, select, select extrusion, hit enter, select the point to copy it from, and then just move it to the side, and you're gonna have your piece, your copy. So now what we can do is we need to rotate this guy horizontally. So it becomes the bottom part of my structure, right? So what we can do is, again, this is where this little guy comes very handy, the combo. So what we can do is can just rotate it, and then if you guys have the ortho command on, it's gonna let you it's gonna rotate it horizontally perfectly, right? So perfectly aligned. So what we can do now is, again, we rotate it, right? And now we move it. So we can move this guy. So move, enter from this corner to this corner right here. So now what's happening? It's it's bigger, or it's longer than it should be. So this guy should stop right here at this intersection. So what do we do? So I'm gonna select it. I'm gonna type solid points on this guy right here, and then I'm gonna select this this 4 points. So to select multiple things at once, you guys can click on the first one, press shift, hold it, and then start selecting the rest of them. So I want this, the point, and this point, right? Now we just type move, enter, and then we're gonna select one of the points. In this case, I'm gonna select this corner right here. Then I'm just gonna move it right there. So that way, this has the correct length. Now I'm just gonna copy this guy up here to create my frame. So copy, then move it, and then just copy right there, right? So there you have it. There that's how you start working with your model, right? So I would start with one of the faces and then start working my way. Um, and then I'll start working my way with the rest of the model, right? So now what I can do is I can go ahead and copy this guy. I mean, this whole structure I just created on the back. So I'm gonna select this, shift, hold it to select multiple things. I'm gonna select all of this and then copy. Then I'm gonna select this point and put it right there, right? So now I'm just missing these guys right here, right? So I'm gonna make a copy of this guy. Remember, you guys can make copies or duplicates by pressing shift and then click on whatever you guys want to copy and then drag it. I'm sorry. So press Alt, hold it, and then just drag it to the side. And now I'm just gonna rotate it this time. I wanna rotate it using this blue arch, right? Rotate it and then we just move it. So I'm gonna select this corner right here and then put it right there. And now it should be the correct length, right? So now just copy using this bottom point right here. Um, so now just to complete the cube or the structure of the cube, I'm gonna select this one, shift, hold it, and then select the bottom one. And then we just copy it again. And then select this corner, move it right here, enter. There you have. And then there you have the structure, or yeah, the structure of the cube. Now, guys, we need to start making whatever it's inside your design, right? So I'm gonna show you a quick example of how to do it. Okay, how to start working with this. So what I would do, guys, is I would keep I would okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and select this, this, and then hide them. So hide, so I can start working with this guy right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a line. So I'm gonna go ahead and work with my cube base layer, select it, and then I'm gonna do a line. Then I'm gonna start with in the middle. I'm sorry, in the middle of this guy right here, and then perpendicularly all the way up. And then what I'm gonna do is once I have this line, I'm gonna select my curve, and then I'm gonna divide it into three. And then it's gonna give me these points right here, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and show the pieces that I just that were hidden, right? So just gonna type show, right? And then I'm just gonna make a copy of this guy. So Alt, hold it, and then make a copy of this guy. And then what I'm gonna do is, in this case, I don't really like to work with the center, guys, because it gets super tricky. So what I do is I wanna move this guy from its center to one of these points. So what I like to do is I just create a line right here on this guy, and then type move, enter, and then just select the midpoint, which is the same as the center. Then move it, and then I just move it to this point right here. So point, and that's how you guys do it, right? So um again, I'm gonna create another copy of this guy. So Alt, drag it to the side. I do the same thing, line from the middle right? Then move midpoint, then let's move it there, right? So this is that's how you guys can start um creating the creating your design, yeah, or 3D modeling your design. So now if we want, we can just go ahead and copy these guys. Copy, take this as reference. We just move it right here, right? Or copy it. So that's how you guys do it, right? So now guys, um, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this cube, right? Let's say, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish it. And then I'll come back whenever I have it done. And then I'm gonna show you how to start adding the planes and everything. Okay, guys, so let's say this is your final design, right? I know it seems like very complex, guys, but it's just a matter of copying these little guys, right? And then if you guys want to modify them, their length or anything, it's super simple. What you guys do is you guys just um select the one you wanna edit, or yeah, I'm sorry, the one you wanna edit or change or whatever, and then we just type solid points on, and then right here it's kind of hard to see them, but if we go to ghosted, you guys are gonna see the points right there, right there. So we can select the points. Remember, shift, hold it to select multiple things at once. Then we select all the points, right? And then you guys can just move it. So move, enter, select one of the points, and then you guys can make it bigger, smaller, longer, shorter, or even if you guys want this guy to connect right here, you guys can do so, right? So it's up to you. It's up to your design. Okay, so it's based on your design. So remember, your design should be the same as, or your 3D model should be the same as your design. Okay, so let's say that this is I'm gonna go back to shaded. Then I'm gonna turn off my cubic base because I don't want to see these lines. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start creating the planes. So remember, we, we want to be working in layers, okay? So plane one. So what you guys do is you guys can do a polyline, or you can select polyline right there. Just type polyline, and then let's say that you guys have a um plane. I don't know, maybe just gonna do a plane right here. Let's say that one of your planes is right here, right? So create, just start tracing the plane, right? And this is gonna give you a curve, right? So what we can do to create a plane is we can go ahead and type planar surface, that guy right there, and then it's gonna give you a plane. But this in Rhino just like it doesn't have a thickness, so we need to give it a thickness. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and surface, extrude surface, and then we want it solid, yes. So let's do 0.0625, which is a 16th of an inch, and then type enter. And now it's gonna give you a thickness, which is what we want. Okay, you guys can make it thinner if you guys want, right? So I'm sorry, I'm just gonna redo it because I want the surface to be inside inside the cube, not outside. So extrude, sorry, extrude surface, select the surface, enter, and now we go the opposite way, and then 0.0625, enter, and there you guys have it. There you guys have your plane, right? So let's say this is basswood. Now I'm gonna do one with, let's say, acrylic, right? So now let's say that I want a surface again. We can do polyline. Let's say that I have a plane right here. I'm sorry, this should be connected, but let me fix it really quick. So again, so both of them, and then solid points on. We select all the points, and then we type move, and we just connect them right there. That's what we want. That's how you guys can easily edit the lengths of your the structure, right? So again, polyline, not polygon, polyline, and then I'm gonna have one right here. Remember to be working in different layers. Okay, so let's say that I want one right there, right? And then again, planar surface, enter, and then we select the surface, and then extrude surface. Again, let's go down. In this case, it's sorry, it's 0.0625. Right, so that's how you guys do your planes. Let's do another one right here. So again, polyline, and then planar surface, or the planar surface is just to make sure the planes are actually flat, guys. But if you guys want, we can go ahead and extrude directly the curve. So once you guys do the polyline, yeah, the polyline, we select it, and then we type extrude. In this case, we want the curve, not the surface, the curve. Sorry, extrude the curve, right? Solid yes, and then we go inside and 0.0625. That's gonna give you your plane. Another way to create planes, guys. This only works with something that has 3 or 4 points or 2 corners, 3 or 4 corners. So if I go ahead and select this guy right here, select that point, that one, and this is the fourth one. That's gonna create a plane for you guys. Okay, we can extrude planes, surfaces. I mean, it's 0.0625, or we can go ahead and simply extrude uh, lines, right? So polyline, I'm gonna go ahead and select this guy right here, this guy, this, right? This is a polyline. Then we can go ahead and extrude curve. We select it, enter, and then 0.0625. Sorry, 0.0625. There we go. And that's what you guys want. So remember, at the end, guys, you guys should have the structure and then the planes you guys created. So remember, this should be the same as your physical model. Okay? So that's it for this video. In the next one, we're gonna go over the drawing.